Mhm. Hello, we're live. It's been a while, like 7 months, and gonna answer some questions for you here, just to catch you up, and maybe we'll talk about some news or any kind of questions you may have. Just because I haven't done a live stream in a while, and recording a video is inconvenient. So let's just chat. So starting off here, Patrick A, what's up with KYC? Well, you have to KYC for a lot of different exchanges. There's a couple that you don't have to. You might not get the best experience there, but that is an option. Otherwise, you go to DeFi, which is really a learning experience and very dangerous. I actually had to try to teach someone how to buy some coins that wasn't on an exchange, and that took a while. But if you're looking for no KYC exchanges, I think those are Bitmart, Gate.io, Weeks. Liquidity is always not the best there, but it is a place where you can trade with no KYC. Let's see, Maddie, how about updated views on XRP? I am doing well, just not today. I think I caught a cold, so I've been coughing a little bit. Yeah, I chatted with the XRP team over in, or XRP Ledger team in Singapore, and they're building the blockchain for business, but it's pretty much their DeFi ecosystem. As you can see here, the use cases like Talent Chain, which is kind of like cross-chain anyway, and not specifically just for XRP Ledger. And they have identity solutions. I hope this is up to date because this says Diem, so that's not a thing anymore. I was just Googling XRP Ledger ecosystem. There wasn't really a official link on the xrpl.org website for that, but you can kind of see what is available, and they're kind of not that open about what's going on. I asked them if I could like record an interview. They said no. I asked them about some other details. They said they can't officially say anything. So I think they're still kind of skating on a sensitive subject when it comes to the legal issues in the US with XRP Ledger. So yeah, I think that's going to be one of their limitations when trying to grow. And if they are building out this XRP Ledger DeFi ecosystem, that could bring in more money to that ecosystem. But again, they're just catching up to all the other blockchains that have already been doing it. So that could be challenging. So then we see participating in Ton and X airdrops like MemeFi and Toe Market and Seed and others. What are your opinions on those? So I don't like using Ton. I tried it. I like playing Catizen. I use it, but it's not the best experience. It's kind of clunky, and yeah, sometimes transactions don't go through. So I don't have the best experience with Ton, so I stopped using it. But let's take a look. We're going to go into Twitter to find this because that is the best place to potentially find things. Pump Fund fork with RevShare. Oh, there's a lot of Pump Fund forks going on. Let me see. So we're going to go to Twitter. We're going to look for Toe Market. And we'll see. Okay, yeah, maybe this one. I don't know. Could be, nope. 206 followers? Nah, probably not that one. Always have to check to see if we have like mutuals too. Nope. All right. I'm gonna pass on that. We love tomato and crypto airdrops, so I guess it's for airdrop farming. Yeah. So I'm not the biggest fan of Ton. I don't think there is a lot of value extraction because they have millions of users. They had the hamster airdrop. A lot of people weren't happy about it because they spent hours and hours of playing and only got a few bucks. So a lot of money is flowing into the Ton ecosystem, but a lot more money is flowing out. So that doesn't really give me a lot of confidence in using it. And a lot of builders that I've talked to or VCs say that building on there is a little clunky due to the limitations of their infrastructure. All right, so FOMO 3D, Pump Fund fork with 95% rev share from Stack Overflow Dev in affiliation with Cube. So there are a lot of pump fund forks on multiple chains because, you know, it is the most revenue generating product and it brings a lot of meme coins to different ecosystems. But I wouldn't really bet on any single fork just because, you know, you get that rev share. That could also be a rug pull. So I don't know if it is or not, but you know, once you have that same product everywhere, it's really hard to determine if, you know, that it's going to get any traction. You know, like meme coins are everywhere. Like it's like starting a meme coin. It doesn't mean it's going to be successful. It's just going to be more competitive. So that's my thoughts on that. XRP is being diluted all of the time. Yeah, it's true. Like they haven't really had much traction. So XRP's price has been the same for 7 years. It's just a crazy long time, and the community's still strong, but there are a lot of missed opportunities when compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum. How does Maker chart look to you? So I haven't really looked at Maker. That is, I think, real world assets on chain, and they own the most US treasuries. I actually came to this live stream very unprepared because I was like, maybe make a video, find things to talk about, see what you guys are interested in. So let's see here. So this is the Maker chart. Not great. I think as it's bottoming out here that it could have an opportunity. I'd have to probably look at their treasury stats and research that to see, like, is it undervalued right now? Because yeah, it is kind of bottoming out for the year. But that also could be an opportunity. Although with its high price point, it doesn't really attract a lot of investors because they can't own one coin. So, you know, this is more of a, what they say, professor coin, where like, hey, it has a lot of value, has a lot of features, but it's over the head of a lot of people. All right, so let's see. Can you do a deep dive on Orderly Network? I think you asked me about that before. I looked into it briefly months ago, but let's take another look to see what's been going on. Cloud liquidity, trade anything, anywhere. All right, there have been a few liquidity chain providers that are in the works. I think the biggest competitor that appeared recently is Unichain by Uniswap, and Polygon is doing their aggregator layer as well. So orderly settlement layer powered by the OP stack. See official website. Permissionless liquidity, layer 3 for Web3 trading. They have a lot of big investors, Dragonfly Capital, Jump Crypto, Sequoia, $83 billion in trading volume. So they are providing a lot of liquidity already. So I guess that is through some of their partnerships. I guess this is just kind of hard to understand. I would really love like a dashboard about like, you know, their trading volume, how much they're earning, and like what is going to token holders, if anything is going to token holders. So let's take a look at Orderly Network. Now again, this might be over the head of a lot of normal investors, and that's why meme coins have been doing well in most of the markets, just because like it's simple, they don't have to think about anything, number go up. So Orderly Network has been struggling, and I think they might continue to struggle as they will be competing with Uniswap, and you know that is kind of the new kid on the block, and a lot of that attention and rewards will be going there. But you know, that's just my opinion on a very brief overview of it. Let's see. Do you think Hex or Pulse has a chance this bull run? Not really. I know you want to hear otherwise, just because likely you are an investor, but there isn't a lot of growth there. There isn't like anything different happening on there. It's a very competitive space when it comes to blockchains. You know, there's so many different layer 2s that do the same thing, that are faster and cheaper, and that don't have the same reputation around their founders. Let's see, if we go to rollup.wtf, you can see all the different layer 2 chains that are being tracked. There are a lot more, and they're TPS. Now, a lot are 0, which means no one's really using it. Now, this is TPS, this is live. This is how many transactions per second that are happening right now. And Base is doing really, really well. So, you can expect a lot of the decentralized applications to build on blockchains that have users. So that is the limitation. There are hundreds of different layer 2 blockchains and L1 blockchains that are trying to do the same thing. Everything is faster and cheaper than Ethereum, but it's attracting users. And what are you going to do different when you have hundreds of competitors doing the exact same thing? So, Pulse and Hex have been in the space for a while. They've been struggling. Their community is little, you know how that community is. It's a very aggressive community, and I think that also, turns off a lot of investors. So, you want to look for a very positive community that's seeing growth, and maybe you want to roll into some other investments because there's an opportunity cost there. What about ICP? So I liked ICP a year ago, but they haven't been growing. They said there were going to be like 300 dApps launching this year. That didn't really get a lot of traction. And yeah, using them for DeFi isn't the best experience. So I was really hoping to see a lot of growth in like real applications that people could use, but not on the DeFi side just because they could build different products. So ICP has been struggling just because it is very advanced to get involved, and the DeFi ecosystem is very limited. They do not have any stable coins, so anything you're trading against has extreme volatility. So they still have a lot of room to grow and build, but we'll have to wait and see what are they going to do to gain traction. Axelar. So Axelar has had a pretty good month. We take a look here. Let me just go to CoinMarketCap. We're going to look at Axelar. Now, Axelar, I believe, is like a liquidity layer. It's kind of like layer 0 or Orbiter Finance, where they do cross-chain liquidity. So, they peaked in March, but in the last 7 days, they've started to pump. I don't know why, but, Axelar facilitates all these trades, and I think token holders get a portion of that somehow. I'd have to look into it, but, this is another bet, but it's another competitive space. So let me know your thoughts. Like, what do you think about this? Like, what are they doing right? What should people know about this? And will this really stand out in the market? Now, I actually think the bull market is going to happen pretty soon. If it doesn't happen in the next 2 weeks, then there's no October, because there's 2 weeks left in October. So we can see in the last 30 days, Bitcoin's been up 3%. Historically, October has been an up month for cryptocurrency, and in the last 30 days, the only thing that's really been killing it is SUI, which I like. I support, and I like, and I have their products. And I am an investor. So they are doing a lot of different things there. I like SUI. You guys should check that out. Bittensor has been getting a lot of attention. That is actually another one that has been doing very well this last month. They've gone up 100% if you got involved. Good for you. I've been holding some, but I rolled out of my position like a week ago when, oh, actually I didn't lose anything, so that's good. So I rolled out of my position and rolled that into like SUI meme coins because I'm a degenerate. But Bittensor has been gaining traction. I think AI is still a confusing and competitive space because they say they're building all this stuff, but it's really hard to determine that value, especially this early on. Peaq. So Peaq is a DePIN network. I learned about it about 6 months ago, but I don't really know what's been going on. So we can take a look. We're gonna check out their Twitter. Now, Peaq, I believe, is a layer 2 blockchain specifically for DePIN. So it's saying, hey, if you're going to do anything DePIN related, you should be on the Peaq network. Again, faster, cheaper than building on Ethereum. But again, limitations. So let's see, kind of browsing. I know they have a lot of DePIN partners, which makes it very interesting. But, you know, DePIN is like one of the hardest things to grow just because you need that physical infrastructure where you have to like raise money, you have to create these products, and you have to get people to use these products. So I think DePIN is like one of the riskiest investments. It's not something I'd ever stake into. It's something where maybe I would play the narrative and get involved in the short term, but not something I would hold long term just because that adoption is very difficult. So future price, short term, maybe it could be good if you see a lot of momentum, and that's probably when you should also probably roll out. Teddy Rose, equal on Phantom or Sonic soon. So I think as like another competitive layer 1 or layer 2 blockchain, Sonic has a good chance. They have Andre Cronje. They're building the fastest EVM chain out there, and this could stand out to really compete with the high performance L1s like Sui and Solana. And they have a lot of incentives to do that. So, you know, there is going to be inflation. All the coins are already distributed, but they're going to start some inflation to really raise funds for developers to build there and for people to be rewarded for using it just so they get in that ecosystem. But again, if you use EVM compared to Solana or Sui, it's not the best experience. It's a lot of clicking. There's a lot of risk when it comes to contracts. And, you know, if you're building the same kind of decentralized applications, it's really hard to gain traction. You just have this money rotation where people are just chasing rewards from different chains, and that causes that chain to pump in the short term and then long-term dump. And this has happened many times, as you've seen with numerous projects like Blast and Manta and so many different ones. Let's see, Based AI. I don't know if this just means a comment or some AI project on Based. Let's see, Nosana. I don't know Nosana. Let's see. So let's take a look. Nosana AI, where AI meets decentralized compute. I have heard about this. I think I saw an advertisement at the crypto convention. Let's see, $74 million market cap. That's not a good chart. I mean, it's a very strong start and then steady decline. So, you know, it looks like people are gaining interest. Maybe if the coin prints or unlocks, there's a lot of sells there. So I don't like the charts, but let's try to learn about this project where AI meets decentralized compute. Now, AI is a big narrative, and a lot of people are chasing AI projects, so there is going to be a lot of competition. And I think you'd actually have to use this as an AI user and other products to find out if it is going to stand out, if it's something easy to use, and if, yeah, it has a future. Just going to read this for a second quietly because it revolutionizes cloud computing. I don't know. I don't know about this. And when it comes to like these AI ecosystems, you know, it could just be a fad. We've had the AI fad in previous cycles before, in 2018, in 2021, but AI is definitely having a bigger presence this year just because there are so many different LLMs and AI is a real thing now. So we'll have to wait and see, but it is a very competitive landscape. And, you know, if you don't have enough information to be super bullish on it, it's a lot of risk. Ondo has been pretty stable, but again, that's like real world assets. It's not really that interesting to people, but this could be one of the biggest ones for adoption when it comes to traditional finance, just because it makes sense, it creates value, but it's not exciting. It's not AI, it's not meme coins, it's not the future of finance. It's just saying, hey, we've created this ecosystem, you invest, we have treasuries, capital flows in. So I'm trying to give a very oversimplified view of that, but yeah, Ondo really hasn't had that traction or momentum just because there aren't a lot of investors excited to talk about it. Sui or Sei, I'm betting on both. I actually haven't used Sei. I've seen videos on it, but I haven't used it. I'm a big Sui fan, as you can see here. But yeah, Sui is doing so much, so I'm on Team Sui. And I think you really have to look at what they're building and all the infrastructure and innovation. They're building some AI products on there to compete with other AI brands. So this is like on the chain level versus like one app building on its own. They're building out Walrus, a decentralized storage system, which can compete with Filecoin because it's not limited to the Sui blockchain. Any blockchain can use it. And a lot of other infrastructure products when it comes to like businesses too. Like Sui NS, you can have multiple users for the same Sui domain. So if I'm full value Dan.sui, it could be Dan at full value Dan, KG at full value Dan, nameless at full value Dan. They're creating a lot of different things that would be useful for maybe businesses, for maybe corporations, for all types of users. Arrow on Base. Arrow has been killing it. I think they're doing more trading volume than Coinbase. So that's been a good thing. And I think Arrow holders or VG Arrow holders get some of the revenue. I saw a tweet about it. I'm not that involved, but Arrow likely going to do well since they are doing a majority of the volume. Sei, maybe I gotta look into it. If you guys think Sei is like really good, because you know, if they're doing a lot of innovation, I've been deep in the Sui ecosystem, and I've been looking at super early stage projects that might be risky, but I think there's a lot of potential there. Can you go through the different tools you use? Like just showed up rollup, L2 beat, etc. How would you analyze a project? That is a good question. So there are a lot of different websites depending on what you're looking for. If it's like transactions or Dune or maybe even like Twitter information, things can come up. So there's a lot of different dashboards. So let's say TPS. Maybe I'll Google it in Twitter. Maybe I'll look for some tools that are that people are using. And likely I won't find anything because Twitter search sucks. So let's see. There's so many different tools depending on the ecosystem. That's a good question. Let's start with DBank. So if you know DBank, this is going to tell you everything for free within someone's wallet address. So if you know Vitalik, his address is vitalik.eth. That's not going to come up. So you have to go to Etherscan. So I think that's one enhancement DBank can do. And Etherscan is another tool to find different addresses. If someone has their public address for Ethereum, you could type that in and you can find it. So we can see domain names, vitalik.eth. We can find out the wallet owner, which is up here. So we're going to copy the address. We're going to go to DBank. We're going to pop that in. And this is going to be Vitalik.eth's wallet. I'm sure he has multiple wallets, but this wallet's currently holding like 12.5 million. Most of that is in Ethereum, and then a lot of people like to send him meme coins. He has 2.3 million in Moodeng. All right, good for him. So yeah, that is one of the benefits of being a very popular person like Vitalik. People just send him cryptocurrency, so they think he bought it, but he's not degening into anything. So I guess these are the tools if you're going to look at Ethereum, DBank. and Etherscan are kind of your go-tos, and then you're going to have a scan site specific for other blockchains. Now, DBank works with all EVM chains, so, you know, Base, Optimism, Blast. Alien X is a blockchain apparently, and I did not know that until now, and they sent him a lot of stuff. Now, it doesn't mean he supports any of these, but this is just a site that'll help you find out what people are holding on EVM chains. If there's any specific chain you'd be interested in learning about, you can let me know. Let's see, I like using SwiVision for Sui, and I also like using Bird Eye for learning about new coins. So I've mentioned it in some other Sui videos where you can find out, like, you know, trending coins on different chains. For SwiVision specifically, you can find out about new projects, what people are investing in, new meme coins. And the cool thing here is that there's even like a swap feature. So let's say I go into I go into a wallet address. You know, we want to find someone who's been doing some transactions. Let me just change this real quick. Let me look for a coin that I don't want to mention or promote, but we're going to use it as an example. So let's see, we look at, we look at the holders of this coin, and you can see the contract is holding like 17%. You can see other people here. Now, SwiVision is kind of like DBank. You can click into other portfolios. You can see what people are holding. You can click into their other coins. You can see those holders, and you could even connect your wallet and swap. Now, this is a feature I want to see on other blockchains where you can really just stay in one website and learn about other coins, follow different trends, and dive into different things. All right, let's see. FTM Sonic. Yes, Phantom Network is rebranding to Sonic. So, but they're going with Sonic because that is the mindset of the fastest layer 1 EVM blockchain. I like the new Yaka Dex on Sei. I'm not sure what the value proposition on Sei is. I know it's also faster. I'll have to do a little more research if you guys think it's worth it. Thanks for the live. Virtual protocol, please. Let's check that out. Virtual protocol. Gonna go back into Twitter because that's where you can really find everything. Oh. Infinite virtual space, not followed by anyone I know, and I follow a lot of different people, so little skeptical already. So yeah, they kind of have that, you know. I wouldn't say this is that unique as a product. I mean, if you like it, then I guess that has potential, but there's been a lot of different things like this, kind of like what is it? The Sandbox, other games like that, where, yeah, it might sound like a good idea, but people hate using it. There's just, people just hate using it. So, good luck. Destra. The best token if you want to play the Asian narrative. That's very specific. The best token for Asians. I don't know. I don't know. I like Kaya. They might be building something with Line. There's definitely some limitations there. A lot of people aren't excited about it. I'm participating in their farming thing, and there's only like 2,000 users, which is very surprising. So they don't have the numbers. They don't have the dApps yet, but it's still pre-launch. Let me check out Destra. So we're gonna pop back into Destra Network. Desync, the first on-chain one-stop solution for all your DePIN, cloud, and AI computing needs. I mean, it's followed by some people I know, so let's see. Again, when it comes to AI and DePIN, cloud, it's a very, very competitive space. It's expensive and takes a while for it to get like natural users Now, most people are speculators, so that's why the coin can pump and dump in an instant. So I guess like if you like it and you use it and you've used other products and think this is the best, then it has some potential. Otherwise, I would be cautious. Hopetober. Yes, it is. No, the last like 12 out of 14 Octobers were up, so that's why they call it Uptober. I mean, it could all change October 30th and just a crazy pump. We'll see. But I think it's like waiting on retail or just any kind of big money to flow in. What's going to get people excited to join blockchain when everything looks the same? So, like what's going to be different? What's a narrative this time? Like the previous narratives were like GameFi, were NFTs. So we'll have to wait and see to what will actually bring in users. October, that is true. This is definitely October right now. RWAX on base. Oh, this? Wait. No, I know RWA XYZ. RWAX exchange. Building the crypto ecosystem around RWAs, long short any real world asset. There's actually a lot of products like this. Again, very competitive space. They're building on Plume network, which is a layer 2 blockchain that is the home for RWA assets, building on Base, which has the highest TPS for actual users on an L2. So maybe this could have some potential. Maybe this could be early. Let's jump in real quick. Where's the website? Trade assets up to 50x leverage. Oh, still in private beta. Okay. Got a little block Bitdefender warning. Have to wait. I think it's because the website is still very new. They're still building. This might be something to watch. Y'all later on Tau. I'm okay on Tau. One of my crypto friends, CH, from, you may know him from BitGet, super big on Tau. For me, I tried using it. I had the worst experience. Like if you try to stake, you try to unstake, it's very slow, it's clunky. It feels very dangerous to use. I'm very afraid of losing money there. So as a blockchain user, not the best experience. Maybe if I try to build something or use products on Tau, that might be different. But that's over my head. It's very complicated. Maybe it has some potential. I'm gonna sit that out, and I want to focus on projects that I am familiar with. Suinami on Sui. I don't know if you're just bullish on Sui and calling it a Suinami, or if that's an actual project on Sui. So let's take a look. Oh, it's a meme coin. No. No, thank you. What's the best AI project that reached a bigger market cap this bull run? I think Sui. Sui really delivers projects. Sui really delivers products. They're building out AI tools, and if you kind of add that to the value proposition of all the other things they're building, it could continue growing. So that's what I would say for AI. There's a lot of people building AI projects. Maybe they don't have a history of building, and they're building up the hype, and this is what you can do with it. But if they don't have users, if they create their own blockchain and they have to move those users over, it's going to be difficult. If you're building within an ecosystem that already has active users and with a team that can deliver, that has more potential. Now, with all the different AI tools out there, I don't think there should be any single project that can stand out. It'll be very difficult. I'm kind of a power tech user. I use free AI tools all the time, and I don't really see the value of crypto tools unless they also provide that for free. So that's just what it is. Can you look at the Sui chart, and has it topped out for now? All right, let's take a look. So we're going to go to coin market cap. Sui hit an all-time high yesterday and today. So we'll see. Kind of took a little dip, but yeah, hit an all-time high yesterday and another all-time high earlier. Now, if it's dipping or not, that's kind of hard to determine. Last month was fantastic. Last year, also pretty good. If we go into Sweep Vision, we can see, are people using it? And there are a lot of active accounts still. Daily transactions have dropped off in the past few days. But if it is a bull market, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I saw a tweet, let me track this down here, about SWI versus Solana, and it had some pretty good data. So this one was pretty good. SWI is now at 25% of Sol's fully diluted valuation, but if we're looking at circulating market cap, it's at 10%. If we're looking at weekly fees, 4%. That just means SWI is cheaper to use, so that's fine there. 19% of Solana's TVL, which is pretty good since if you think about it's at 10% of its circulating market cap, that it's 2x on its TVL at an equivalent level. 13% of Sol's weekly DEX volume, 10% of Sol's stablecoin market cap. So I'd still say it has a lot of potential. Now, if we're talking SWI versus Solana, both are fantastic blockchains that create good products and good experiences for people using those products. Because when you go back to EVM from SWI or Solana, it's noticeable. It's very clunky and starts to not make as much sense. But I don't think SWI has really topped out yet. I think SWI can actually compete with Solana. I think it can actually get there with all the different products and services that they're building out. And if you kind of think about it, where SWI has really upped its rank in the last few months, you know, it's against Polkadot. I think it's going to overtake a lot of these just because it has a lot of momentum and they're doing a lot of things to onboard regular users. So it really goes outside the crypto rotation of money where people are just flowing from blockchain to blockchain. They're doing things and creating tools and services that brings in people outside of the crypto ecosystem. At least that's what I see with some of their newer products and all the hype I've been seeing at these crypto conventions. So I'm still bullish on SWI long term. And another thing, when it comes to SWI versus Solana versus other coins, SWI has a cap on how many coins there can be, so there isn't going to be infinite inflation. All right. That's an easy question. SWI or Scallop? Scallop is a lending platform on SWI. SWI, yeah, just you go with the ecosystem. Now, Scallop, again, it's a lending protocol. There's a lot of lending protocols. There's a lot of development in the SWI ecosystem. So they do have first mover advantage, but as the SWI ecosystem grows, there's going to be more competition when it comes to these lending markets because people are going to launch their own coin, they're going to incentivize users, and that money is going to flow from Scallop into those other products. So I would be very careful holding or staking Scallop long term because we're seeing a lot of growth now in SWI, which is going to cause developers to come over, incentivize users, and then other existing products might struggle. Do I think the SWI market cap will surpass Solana by 2028? I think it's going to surpass it sooner than that, but I'm too bullish. I've seen too many things, so we'll see. I definitely believe that SWI has created more products and services than Solana and any other blockchain right now, but it's just my opinion. I think it's going to do better long term. That sounds like a meme coin. Gonna pass on that. XRP outlook, and if it's a waste to hold for the bull run. XRP struggles, man. I would really probably move some capital to things that you're actually excited about, that you're using. So this might be a time to really, branch out. Or if you're looking just for meme coins, follow Murad. Like his coins have been hitting. I've just been tracking the performance of his calls, and they keep going up. I'm not gonna get involved with that. I want to look for projects that I believe are gonna be competitive 4 years from now, which just makes it easy because I don't want to day trade. That's not something I want to do. That's not really how you make any money. That's how you lose money investing in crypto. But I have a long-term outlook, so I want to think about the project, what they're building. Can they sustain themselves for the next few years? Will they be around for the next few years? Now, XRP has lasted a long time, but they've struggled to grow the token price for users. Users have kind of been left hanging in the wind. So we'll see. And as far as their DeFi ecosystem is growing, what they offer to financial institutions is no longer competitive because many other products and services can do something very similar. How about doing a versus? Something like Aptos versus Sui, how would you analyze it? That is a good question. I haven't used Aptos, to be fair, so I don't have an opinion on it. There is a lot of drama when looking at crypto Twitter of Aptos kind of talking shit about Sui talking about shit about Aptos. But, it depends on user experience. As far as products and services, I think Sui does a better job. Both are very active when it comes to interviews and panels. They really make themselves present out there and competitive. So yeah, we'll see. I know some people are bullish on Aptos and not on Sui, so maybe I have to talk to them and see what their opinions are and why they think it's better. But for me, like if someone asked me what to invest in, which someone did very recently, I said I only recommended 2 coins. That's Bitcoin and Sui. Because I don't want people to lose money. So I know they're not going to trade. I know they're not going to do their own research. I'm like, all right, hold these 2. Basenji on base. That is a meme coin, so no thank you. Thoughts on ETH long term. Now, ETH is a good product and a lot of value flows in from other layer 2 blockchains because if they settle to ETH, they're spending transactions on ETH. Now, there's another website to kind of track the growth of the Ethereum token, which I forgot until right now, and I know someone asked me about websites and tools before, but I just remembered. Hold on. It was called Ultrasound Money. I believe that is the website. Yes, the website is called ultrasound.money. So it really tracks the ETH supply. So if we look for the last, let's see, got to go through this cycle, 2 years and 29 days, that we had a lot of deflation in the ETH supply. Now that's just because people were using Ethereum and layer 2 blockchains and burning a lot of ETH. But since the change into blobs that made transactions faster, made transactions cheaper when settling to Ethereum, less Ethereum gets burned. So the supply of Ethereum has been growing steadily over the last few months. So that's a pretty steady line. And if we look at the last, let's say, 30 days, or so cycle, that we're going to see an inflation rate on average of 0.38% per year on Ethereum, which isn't that bad, but now it's not ultrasound money. Because if we have Ethereum and that's consistently being burned and deflationary, holding Ethereum long-term is going to make the price go up just naturally. But because Ethereum isn't really getting burned anymore, we're going to have just a little bit of inflation. Now, if we go back to rollup.wtf, a lot of these projects settle to Ethereum, as you can see here, which causes Ethereum to get burned. So that creates value for Ethereum long term. You don't even have to use the Ethereum mainnet. You can use any of these L2s, and Ethereum still has value over time. And it is an asset available to a lot of traditional finance. So people speculating and don't want to get in anything too risky, they're probably going to get Ethereum. So I do think that there is value in Ethereum long term, and I'm still holding some just because it's been very stable. Due for a correction. So a lot of people think that projects might correct. It's really hard to make that prediction. Like, are we at the top? You think it's going to drop back down, but it could just keep pumping. Like, if it has that momentum and users keep going to it, then it could keep pumping. Now, I saw that with Solana and BNB chain in the past, where it didn't make any sense, and they did a 10x within 3 months. So, even though that number keeps climbing, maybe you want to keep some exposure to it, because I don't think it's necessarily going to dump unless something bad happens or another project becomes more attractive or people move their capital there. What do you think about Kaspa? I saw Kaspa at Token 2049 in Singapore. They had a booth. They were talking about their smart contracts and what they're doing. So the value proposition of Kaspa is that their network is secured by actual miners. It's proof of work. So you can kind of think about it like Bitcoin or like how Ethereum was before they became proof of stake. Now, I don't know a lot of big name projects that are building there. I mean, it does have some potential, but it's going to be competitive. It's just a very competitive space when you're talking about L1s and L2s in crypto, just because anyone can launch one, and it's just hard to bring value to it. So if you know something I don't, that they're doing better than other blockchains, then maybe it has some potential. What do you think about props and real estate projects? Is props Propy, P-R-P-Y? Because I looked into that like in 2017 because I was trying to sell my condo in the US at the time, and I was like, oh yeah, let me sell it on the blockchain. That wasn't a thing back then. I don't know if they are a thing like that now, but there's a limitation of supply and demand when it comes to like, hey, I want to buy a property, I want to buy it on the blockchain. I think there are a lot of limitations to that. What projects am I excited for on this bull run? I am pretty deep in the Sui ecosystem. Like 90% of my attention is going there. I think that the Walrus decentralized storage system on Sui is going to build out a lot of interesting products that is going to have its own token. It is going to have projects within that ecosystem. So I think being early to that might have a lot of potential. That's what I can say confidently for now. I am speculating in a lot of other things. This might not be a lot of X's. I think Sui might not be a lot of X's in the bull run, but what are the best coins on Sui that haven't gone crazy yet? That's a good question. Now, some of the tokens like Cetus and Navi, they have an incredibly high fully diluted market cap where it's like 150, 200 million. Their token usage is doesn't really give you any value. Locking it up is just gonna kill you. So let me come back to you. I'll make a video on that just because I want to say things carefully and I don't want to really pump things just because I'm speculating in it for like a week or anything. Atom. Oh man, is Atom still alive? Yeah, no offense, but I haven't heard anything about Atom in the longest time. Let me look on Twitter. We're gonna go to Atom, but I'm not in the Cosmos ecosystem. So yeah, let's look at this new site, Cosmos Atom Daily projects to go live. I'd probably be a little interested in Barachain just because there's a lot of attention there, and it's a younger generation. They're very bullish. They're very vocal. And that's kind of how you grow the user base. So, I mean, Barachain might have a chance. I think Barachain is probably one of the most hyped up L2s, but they might be able to do it just because that hype might grow their ecosystem. Now, Cosmos. So yeah, we're looking for Atom. Or Cosmos, let me see. Cosmos, the interchain. I haven't looked into this since the collapse of Terra Luna, but I think they struggled. They have the same struggles as other layer 1 and L2 blockchains to differentiate and grow their ecosystem. If there's something I should be looking into, there's something like a big value proposition that I'm missing, please let me know in the regular comments so I can review that and take a look. But I'm incredibly bullish on Sui, so that's why I want to stay in an ecosystem that I understand, that I think has a lot of growth, that'll be here for the long term. Let's see. What do you think of Stacks? So I don't like anything Bitcoin related. Stacks is the smart contract for Bitcoin. Even if they're going for like a layer 2 or something, where they're having like all these, I guess you would say, vouchers for Bitcoin and make their transactions faster and cheaper, it's tough. It's a tough sell. It's tough to actually use to move Bitcoin. It's tough to build out that ecosystem, and the development is just behind all the other smart contract blockchains already. So Stacks has been at it for a while. I'm not super confident in a Bitcoin DeFi ecosystem, and I don't think you really need one. Bitcoin's real value is, digital real estate. It's the digital gold. People just hold on to it. You don't really have to use it. And, if you are trying to use Bitcoin, those transaction fees will destroy you. What are your thoughts on Murad's philosophy on every coin being a meme coin, since none of these projects are building any real world product? That is true. I was actually just watching the podcast on Steady Lads, Taiki Maeda. Great content creator. He had Murad on. I only got through the first half of it. I'll watch the rest later. It makes sense because right now, with no product, with no demand, it's the attention economy. You want to go places where people can bring their money, they can bring their attention, that they can get excited about. And it's been working. I don't know if it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, just because he's been saying things and people invest in it and then other people invest in it. But it's been working out. I'm not invested in any of his meme coins, but it is a philosophy and strategy that you should absolutely keep in mind. And, if you're looking for projects that are building, that have real world use cases, do they have enough demand to justify those prices? Which in most cases is no. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Succeeding in crypto is very tough, and most of the time when you actually see hype on crypto Twitter, in comments, a lot of pump and dumps, a lot of scams, a lot of bots. So investing in meme coins is a very, very dangerous game. I don't know. I'm not big on Bittensor, so I don't know how much the market cap will reach in the peak bull run. I know they are the leader in the AI space. We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe if Grayscale makes a Bittensor product, that could get more money into it. But yeah, I know a lot about Bittensor, but I don't understand like its demand and how you use it and how people feel about using it. As an actual blockchain user on Bittensor, where I had to move funds in and stake it, and then when I changed my mind and unstaked it, terrible process. Like I don't want to touch the blockchain again because of how bad it was. Do you have a favorite wallet or dApp UI so far, like Sui Uni? My favorite, let's see. I like the Sui ecosystem. Sui Vision is the greatest block explorer for like just casually searching things and actually trading within there. I think they struggle with mobile and multiple wallets. I think that if that gets improved, there will be a lot more growth in Sui. Yeah, but if it's a favorite hot wallet for like EVM, Rabby, RABBY. I did a video on it in the past. It's fantastic. It's just much better than any other wallet. You don't have to change networks. It recognizes it for you. It tells you things in plain text, so it's very easy to understand. say is built on the Cosmos network. Okay. Best way to accumulate BTC, and also should we sell at the top bull run when they buy and then buy in the bear? I mean, that's a great strategy. You know, accumulate Bitcoin, sell at the top, buy in the bear market. The problem is we don't know. We don't know when it's the top. We don't know when it's the bottom. It's just what it is. If you hold long-term Bitcoin, that has proven to be one of the best strategies. And anyone that tells you they can, you know, identify the top or bottom when you should day trade, be skeptical. Would you say investing in Swee's Blub meme coin is a good idea, as they say this is the meme super cycle? And how about investing in Swee's DEX FlowX? Actually, I just learned about FlowX. It is, yeah, a DEX. A lot of projects are partnering with them. I think Double Up, this gambling thing, they have their own pump fund thing, and the liquidity flows into FlowX and Aftermath. So that would probably be one of the best growing DEXs on Sui. As far as the Blub meme coins are tough. Like, they could be popular this month and next month just done. So it's really hard to say anything definitive about it. So yeah, just dollar cost averaging to Bitcoin long term. Yeah, great advice, Mirzen. So we in Aptos, yeah, I'm Team Sweet, but you know, I'm willing to learn. Could you share which podcast this is? Okay, I guess you're talking about what I mentioned earlier. So we're gonna go to YouTube and we're gonna look for the podcast.
How do you feel about it?
So Taiki Mehta does a great just great content in general when he talks about the inner workings of crypto and DeFi. They also have this Steady Lads podcast, and I am subscribed to now because it used to just be on his channel. And he has Murad on talking about his thoughts on memes and different cycles. So if you're looking for a good podcast, this is one, Steady Lads. Another one is The Chopping Block, where it's 4 VCs talking about what's going on in crypto, different trends, and it gives you better insights as an investor. Bittensor got Grayscale. Oh, they did. Oh, so Bittensor already got the Grayscale trust. So I guess, you know, more money could flow in once the hype builds up. I guess there's just so many different AI products, but if they are building on Bittensor and people find out about that, and if it becomes the best product, then you might have something there. XDeFi, pass on that. Hard pass on XDeFi. I think I've seen ads about that, and that's like the biggest thing I would avoid. And once you see advertisements, I'm like, oh, I'll probably avoid this thing. Weekly. Are layer 3s worth investing in? So I use DChain layer 3. At least I used it in the past. You know, it's all right. It doesn't really feel any different. And yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as a layer 2, but even cheaper. I wouldn't necessarily say it's actually faster. It feels like it's the same thing. But I would invest in things that you believe are going to build in the long term. If you're looking for short-term bets, keep that in mind when you're looking at hype. Like, hype is the most exciting thing for short-term bets. Is Cardano dead? They've survived much like XRP. I've tried using their DeFi ecosystem. I didn't have the best experience. And they don't really have any products specific to Cardano that I get excited about that I want to use. So as a person who uses DeFi, I don't use it. If you use Cardano DeFi and love it and think it's the best, let me know in the comments why. Do you think the bull run is still on? I do. I think the bull run is still on. It might not be every coin that is pumping, but some things are doing well. You know, earlier in this video, we went over the coins that are doing well in the last month, and that is Bittensor. So we got the AI, and we got Sui. So I would look at that, and if that growth is still happening, if we hit a bull market, that could just supercharge everything. But invest in what you believe in, what you like using, and yeah, form your own opinions, because My opinions are wrong all the time, but I try to grow from those mistakes, and I try to realize what went wrong and like what I can do better, and try to take on limited risk, because that's how you survive long term. Question regarding DeFi. When providing concentrated liquidity, say SWI USDC, when you provide liquidity, you're not actually selling your assets and you get them back upon closing your position. Great question. So when you're adding to a liquidity pool, you really want the coin price to go sideways. It can pump a little, it can dump a little, but as long as it goes sideways, you're going to do better. But that's when and if you exit that position from it going sideways, you get more. But if the coin pumps a lot or dumps a lot, you're absolutely getting less. So in a very hot or bear market, you do not want to be providing liquidity. Now, this just goes for all platforms. And, I see a lot of questions here, and that's great. I'm glad you guys can come to me with questions. If you want to join Retail DAO at retaildao.xyz, people ask these questions. There's other like crypto experts. They help you out. They share alpha. They share what they're researching, what they're investing in. I share some of my sweet thoughts in there and some of my degenerate plays, but that's not something I want like publicly announced, because I don't want to have to give a warning anytime I say anything. And that's just more casual when it comes to Discord. So yeah, if you have a lot of questions and you want to grow as a crypto investor, check out Retail DAO. And we'll end with this last question. What is your sell target for SWI? Not selling. That's it. Not selling. I am adding staked liquidity through Navi, through Sweeland, through Alpha, Phi. So I'm trying to like earn interest in different platforms. I'm trying to farm some potential airdrops. So yeah, kind of all over the place. I'm trying to earn interest off holding my SWI. I'm not adding too much liquidity just because the coin has been pumping and you're going to lose value due to impermanent loss. I'm going to try and do these lives regularly. We're coming up on an hour, so I'm kind of tired and going to take a nap after this. So yeah, we'll come back next week with more questions, and we'll try to keep this going. Retail DAO, can you share a link? I'm going to leave a link in the official video, I guess. I'll leave it in the description, but the website is retaildao.xyz. At least I hope it is. And let me double check that just to make sure it's right. Yeah, so retaildao.xyz. I think you should probably join now. There is an application process, but this is just to prevent bots, because it is a pretty small community, but the people there are very helpful. So if you want a sample, let me just move this over. All right, I guess I got to keep talking while looking at this. So there's general chat about like what people are investing in, what they're looking at, some deep thoughts, some posts like, what Unichain is and its potential for as an investment, and a lot of different articles. So this is all community generated. It's free to get in right now. They definitely want to token gate it in the future, but you can be an early participant and ask questions, and you can share why you think some coins are good or not, and we look into it. And also that might make us investors. We're all trying to grow together, have this collective wisdom. So yeah, it's hard to learn everything on your own in crypto, so it's best to have other people share their knowledge, and that's what Retail DAO is about. All right, that's an hour. Thank you guys for being here, and I will be back next week. So yeah, good chatting with you guys, and I don't like making videos because it's a lot of effort. If I'm just answering questions, that's super easy. All right, catch you later. I guess I have to also wait because I have to hit stop. Otherwise, I think there's like a 30-second delay on this. So hey, thanks for being here. This is just kind of the end roll credit and just waiting to hit stop.